to Reason Threads. My name's Kate. Hello if you're new here, welcome back if you're joining us again. Today we are doing my October Fairyloot unboxing. And it is only Fairyloot this time. I skipped a few of my other subscription boxes. I've cancelled a couple of the others. And I have been sitting here waiting for a non-existent delivery. I don't know why. I thought I had a broken binding one coming for October, and I don't. I skipped that one, so I don't know what I was thinking, but let's get into these. We have the adult Fairyloot and the YA Fairyloot with extras. I can't wait to see the actual books. I have managed to spoil myself for either of these books, so really looking forward to seeing what is in these boxes. So let's get started and find out together. I think we'll start with the adult. I'm hoping the book got a little dented on the way through. I am really hoping that the book inside is okay. And they no longer use the little book jacket holder things to stop from seeing what it is. I have managed to get our card out. So our theme for this month is Deal with the Devil. And I love the colours that they're using. So hopefully I love the book and hopefully it is okay. It is in bubble wrap. So there is that at least. From what I can tell, it's looking okay at the moment. Let's have a look together. And so we have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. That is a really pretty colourway. Yes, I am happy with that. Let's have a bit of a look at the jacket cover before getting into the piece de resistance, usually, which is the sprayed edges. That is very cool. It has some writing on it. It says The Regal Hotel. That is very pretty. Oh, wow. I've just spoiled myself a little bit. So that is the jacket. And then on the back, as always, we have the original cover. I think that is a different colorway. I'm not entirely sure. It generally is. It looks extremely similar to the ones I've seen online, so it may just be the same one. But as always, I will pop a copy of the original cover up on for everyone to see. And the naked hardcover is looking pretty spectacular. I love the foiling and the colorway. It definitely looks like an old style hotel. Like, that is gorgeous. Yes, please, with the key. Our end papers. Oh wow, there's definitely something interesting going on there. And the back. Wow, I'm even more excited to have a read of this now. This is going to be, I think, my new release for Herked for this month. I'm pretty sure that's what I was going to do. So let's find out a little bit about it. Actually, first off, let's see. This one is not signed. I'm pretty sure Fairyloot are stopping that, but there is the bound-in letter from the author with the signature down the bottom. And she's looking pretty stunning. So let's find out what Alchemy of Secrets is actually about. You're here because of a story. It starts with a class in an old movie theatre. Folklore 517, local legends and urban myths, taught by a woman called the Professor. Most students believe the professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic is real. Her search for the truth leads her to a dazzling new world, a deadly ultimatum hidden at the heart of Los Angeles, and into the path of a magnetic stranger who claims he's been sent to save her life. But everyone in this intoxicating new world is lying to her, even this stranger, and if she can't figure out whom to trust, her magical reality could change from a Hollywood dream to a nightmare. Alchemy of Secrets is the spectacular new novel from global phenomenon Stephanie Garber, the multi-million copy best-selling author of Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart series, fusing spellbinding Hollywood secrets with a cinematic mystery. It will transport you into another world. And it definitely does look like it's going to transport us back into old school Hollywood and then on. I am really happy with that. That is a gorgeous cover. I think it's going to look great on the shelves behind me with my Fairyloot collection, and very eager to get to this one and see if I enjoy it. It will, if I read this one in the coming month, be my first Stephanie Garber, so I'm really looking forward to that. But very happy with that. And on the back it says, magic is real if you know where to look. So that is our adult Fairyloot. Now let's get into our YA books. So this one, like I said, does come with goodies. So I will try and get the card and not spoil myself. And again, oh, I've definitely spoiled myself because the first thing I've seen is very, very cool and fluffy. Let me see if I can find the card. It's hidden down the bottom. Here we go. So our theme for this month is marked by magic, and if you would like to spoil yourself, you can pause. However, for the most part, I think I am just going to go in blind and see what we get. And like I said, the first thing is looking very nice. So this is an Emily Wilde blanket, artwork by Julie Reinhardt. So the blanket is sized 40 by 50 inches and it is machine washable, though hand washing is preferred, and do not tumble dry or iron. Let's see if I can get it out of here so we can have a bit of a look. I might just pop the box over to the side. Can I get it out? Will I ever be able to get it back into this little thing? Probably not, so I don't necessarily need to try and save that, but it feels so soft at the moment. The colors are looking like browns and reds, so very like an autumnal lap blanket. And so it's got lovely trees and nuts, and then I think that is a dog. And then some mushrooms. Oh, and if we go a bit further down, we have a fox and a fairy and I think a cat. That is super pretty. I'll try and hold it out a bit further at the end and pop that clip in here. But for now, let's move on. We also have the Air of Storms foiled bookmarks. Can I get into these? Though I love having my nails done, they does make them a little thick and sometimes it is hard to open anything. So these look like at the moment they all have the same back, which is all I can see. So it looks like we have 4 and we'll turn them around. So they must be our characters from Air of Storms. They are very pretty. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know who any of these characters are, but it may tell us on the prompt card, so we'll have a bit of a read of that later and have a look. But that is quite nice. I really like bookmarks. Let's see what else we've got. How exciting. It looks like we have another puzzle. So this is the Floating World puzzle, illustrated by Runa Marietti. So this is a 1,000-piece puzzle, which I absolutely love doing puzzles. So that is exciting. This one is looking fairly difficult, so it will come out like that. But yeah, loving this. I haven't actually tried one of the puzzles that they've sent yet. So this one will end up being 70 by 50 centimeters, which really looking forward to getting to that. I love a good cozy puzzle. We have, of course, some overlays that come with our book, but we'll wait and have a look at those at the end. There should be some tarot cards, which I have just found. So we have the Hermit and Strength. So they will be the female main character and the male main character from the book that we are going to be getting. This book I think I have already read, so that will be interesting to see. And I, again, will pop up the original cover. I've been really excited to see what Fairyloot have done with this book. So we have Thorn Season by Kira Azar. I actually do quite like that. That is very pretty. And Now on the back it says, I committed my second treasonous act of the day and reached for my spectre. It reeled out of me like a thread from an internal skein, and I exhaled as the ever-present tightness eased within me. Look at that spine. That is spectacular. And then it's just the blues on the top. That is gorgeous. Just gonna get rid of that. That is gorgeous. All right, let's have a look at the jacket on a whole. So we do have that there. And then on the back as well, we do have the original cover in a different colorway. I do really like how they're doing that. I think this side is very matte-like feeling as well, whereas this side is more shiny, which is interesting. Oh, it looks like my jacket is a little dented, which is annoying, but oh, the bottom of my book's got a little dented as well. That is disappointing. The box was tightly packed, though not as toughened up by like the other one. But let's have a look at our naked hardcover, which is gorgeous. That's really disappointing. And then the compass, and oh, there's also a mark all along that. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's going to come off. I'll give it a go. I might have to contact Fairyloot and see what they say. Our end papers are lovely, and different ones on the back of that. That is gorgeous. And on the inside, we do, of course, have our bound in letter. Yes, I have read this one already. I did quite enjoy it. I am interested in continuing on with this series, but for those who haven't, I'll give you a read of the synopsis. It says, in the kingdom of Daradon, a persecuted few are wielders, able to exert a physical power that extends beyond their visible body, a shimmering tendril that can pick a lock, a gentle coil that reaches out to give a loving caress, or an inexorable rope that will kill a man before he knows it is around his neck. Feared and mistrusted for this ability, wielders have always been hunted. Alyssa Payne, heiress to the noble lineage, daughter of a hunter family, is also a wielder. And as she approaches her 18th season, Alyssa knows she has escaped execution so far only through painful self-control and the fragile efforts of her beloved father. Summoned to this harsh and glittering royal court for the debutante season, Alyssa finds herself trapped in a web of hidden intentions and caught between two equally dangerous men. One is a brutal ruler with a handsome face and a fairy tale prince who would see her destroyed in an instant if the truth were known, and the other is a beguiling foreign ambassador with secret agendas of his own. It's rose season at the palace, but Alyssa knows that survival will depend on being the most vicious of all of the thorns. It was a really good time. I did find the main character slightly annoying, but with what she learns throughout along the way, I am very eager to see what happens in the next one. So I think this is Kira Azar's debut as well, and it was a really good debut. I would recommend picking it up if you haven't already and giving it a go. A bit disappointing about the damage on the book, but hopefully that can, if not be fixed, I can fix it up slightly. Let's have a look at the overlays. Okay, so I think we've probably got 3 or 4. So we have that one there. We've got one of just Alyssa herself. And then last but not least, that one there. So that is a really cool box. I'm really happy with the items we got. I love the puzzle. I love the bookmarks. The blanket will, as always, will come in handy. Hopefully I have already shown you what it looks like in better vantage point so you can see that. What was your favorite item? It looks really I'm really happy with that. There is a bookmark as well, which fell on the floor when I was taking the book out, and that is just the cover art as well there. So let's have a look at our spoiler card and see what it says. So the puzzle was designed by Runa Maruetti, and it says, enjoy a cozy evening piecing together this moment between Sunho and Ren. This puzzle is inspired by The Floating World by Axio. The blanket is designed by Julie Reinhardt. It says, get comfortable under a bookish blanket with your next read. Design is inspired by the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. The foiled bookmarks are designed by Lady Moira, and it says, our next collectible foil bookmark set, it features characters from Air of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray, and it should be Blaze, Flint, Halden, and Fox. The overlays are designed by Callie Sami to go inside your edition of the Thorn season, and then it lists where they go in the book. And the collectible of the month, so this month's tarot card sets are designed by Avondale Art, and the set features Alyssa as the Strength card and Kyle as the Hermit card. The characters are from the Thorn season. So really happy with my box. I absolutely love the books for both of them. Like spectacular and like spines and colors, like, and I don't know if I ended up showing you on the tops and bottoms of Alchemy and Secrets, but they are going to look spectacular on my shelves behind me. So really love the changes and the designs that they have done for both of these. Did you get either of these? Which one are you excited to read? Have you read them already? I am very much looking forward to reading Alchemy of Secrets and really enjoyed the time that I did read Thorn season. I hope that you have some great books coming up, or books that you have added to your collection. Would love to know which ones you are looking into or are currently reading. Feel free to let me know down below. I would love to hear. I have also linked down below my Goodreads, my Storygraph, and my Instagram if you want to come and follow me over on any of those. If you'd like to see more unboxing videos, more TBRs, more of that kind of thing, please think about subscribing. I release a video at least once a week. I would love to have you on board, and I hope that wherever you are having a really wonderful day. And we'll see you next time. Bye.